Man, it is windy out here. Apologize for all the wind noise, but look here. Hey, say, Rob, do you have any firewood? You know what my answer was? I'm gonna tell you, just hold on. And we're back. So what I wanted to explain is, first I wanted to get out of the wind, so I got a log pile behind me. This is perfectly seasoned firewood. This is ash. It's been dead for 2 years. That's perfectly seasoned. But here's the problem. It is 33 to 35% moisture. It has a 33 to 35% moisture level. So what does that mean? It means it's soaking wet inside. So what I do, if you take a moisture reader, little moisture reader that you get for 30 bucks off Amazon, you take a moisture reader and stick those 2 prongs in here on this outer 1/4 inch, it's going to measure probably 15%, 15 to 18% moisture. And people say, good. Now, split this sucker in half and you're gonna read 35%. That's what this is. So, why am I bringing this up? Because back in, I can't remember what year it was, 2018 maybe, 16, 18, somewhere in that area, I almost lost my house. I had a wood stove that used a palladium brick catalyst, which is supposed to burn the unburned fuels. Well, that catalyst went bad. And so there was nothing burning the unburned fuels. So I had a very inefficient burning stove, and didn't even really pay any mind to it, because you look at all those old time wood stoves, the old Fishers and stuff like that, they don't have any type of catalyst. You just work the throttles. You use a damper, you work the throttles, you burn the stove at 400 degrees, 500 degrees on the top, and you just run them. And but there's a problem with that. My new stove that I have has there's little pipes that go across the ceiling that actually draw air from the outside, and then with that oxygen coming through and there's little holes drilled in it, it burns the smoke, it burns the unburned fuel. So that cuts way down on creosote, on smoke and creosote that are going up out of your chimney, or collecting in your chimney. So what happened to me was, in a matter of a few weeks, burning some cherry and cherry smokes, burning some cherry that I had cut just a couple months previous, like 3 months previous. It was seasoned. It was seasoned just like this. And then I cut it, split it, and stuck it underneath of a roof and burned it. And it burned, but it liked to have a lot of air. In a matter of a few weeks, just a few weeks, it built up enough creosote in my chimney that around midnight, of course, it's always going to happen in the middle of the night. It was a cold, windy night where the chimney was drawing really good. High pressure system had come in, cold front, all that good stuff. And my chimney caught on fire. And I couldn't shut the stove down all the way to kill the oxygen. Even though I closed the damper on it and shut down the throttle as much as possible, the newer stoves don't allow you to shut them all the way down like the old stoves. So I couldn't put it out. And the roar continued. So I had to call 911 at midnight on December, close to Christmas, midnight, and have the fire company come in, and my chimney was condemned. It cracked in several places. There was smoke all in my attic, my house. The chemical of the fire extinguisher was absolutely horrible smelling. My house stunk for a couple of months. And we had to have all of the insulation in our attic pulled out and replaced because it stunk so bad. It trapped the stench in there. My chimney actually cracked and smoke was pouring out of the inside of my attic. So I almost lost my house. Had I gone to bed, had I not heard that roar and went to bed, our house could have been on fire. And that's not good. So why am I bringing all this up? Because I cut down cherry and only let it dry for a couple of months, even though it was perfectly seasoned. There was no bark on it. It was perfectly dead seasoned, but it was soaking wet. So, and I didn't know it was soaking wet. I just figured, hey, if it ignites, it's burning, it's good. Let's let it roll. I'm bringing all this up because there's so many people out there who are in the same predicament that I was in, who didn't own a moisture reader. Man, they're cheap. Go get one off Amazon, or support your local business and spend a couple more dollars and support your local business, small business in your area, and get yourself a moisture reader for reading the moisture content in your firewood. It's well worth the investment, and you hopefully won't burn your house down. It also, your stove burns a lot hotter and a lot cleaner. Again, why am I bringing this up? You go on to Marketplace or go call, a lot of your fly-by-night firewood providers, and they're going to sell you firewood that is seasoned, oak seasoned firewood, and they're going to sell you a cord, and they're going to sell it to you pretty cheap. Nowadays around here, it's stupid. They're selling it for like $200, $225 a cord, which is ridiculous. It's just stupid low. But that wood has been put in a big pile outside, and it hasn't been covered at all. They haven't maintained moisture content, and they might stick a set of prongs in the outside 1/4 inch. It's not going to give you a true reading of the inside. So when you go to burn it, it may catch on fire. It might burn in your wood stove, especially if you have your wood stove hot. You got a good bed of coals in there. But the problem is there's moisture coming out of it, and that moisture doesn't just dissipate. It goes up into your chimney. It clogs your catalyst, and it goes up into your chimney and lines up on the inside of your chimney flue, and eventually catches on fire. You don't want it. Trust me, I've been there. You don't want it. So I speak from experience. I've got a moisture reader now, and nothing goes in my stove that is above 20% moisture in the wood, even though it's seasoned, even though there's no sap, there's still water, and you want that water percentage down low. So I won't bore you to death with this video, but I am going to ask that you like it. I'm going to ask that you share it, hit the notifications, so that when I do these little short videos, they come up to you, because I'm going to try to help you save your house, save your life in a physical sense, and also save your life in a spiritual sense, because I keep putting out these videos, and they need to be shared, they need to be seen. So anyway, God bless you all. I hope this helps. Go get your moisture reader. There's the train. Go get yourself a moisture reader, and heat your house, man, with a nice, newer, efficient stove that has a good catalyst that won't get clogged up. Those little pipes across the ceiling, man, they're awesome. I like to sit and just watch the flames dance, come out of those pipes, and just dance around on top of the stove. This fun stuff. Anyway, God bless you all. Have a great day.